Yo, welcome to Friends with Davey. What's up, y'all? It's me, your boy, Davey Jackson, in studio, and with me, as always, producer Joshua Cabaza. Producer Josh, how you doing, man?
What's up?
Hey, what's up? Oh, fuck! I've got the sound on my computer up, and I just heard the theme song playing again.
Yep, turn that off.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't remind me to do that.
I can't remind you to do everything, buddy.
Well, this is off to a terrible start. But guess what? We've got two very special guests. We've got a regular guest and a bonus guest, Josh. Our regular guest, my buddy, my good friend, Shane Samples. Shane, what's up, dude?
What's going on, brother?
Oh, man, you look so fucking good, bro. Hell yeah, brother. What do you think about him, Josh?
He's a very big man.
He's a gigantic.
I thought that was
Be gentle.
a tattoo on your face, and then he said it's a
scar.
I wish it was, yeah.
No, that's a full-blown scar, Josh.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
We'll get into how he got that.
I got one of those too on my forehead, a big old one.
Oh, yours isn't that cool. What are you talking about?
Oh, it's
Josh?
not cool. It's like a Harry Potter scar, but
It's cute, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate
It's cute.
It's in this
No, it is, yeah.
Oh, like mine's badass, but yours is cute. Yeah,
No.
it's pretty. It's a pretty scar.
That's
Nothing wrong with being
rad.
pretty.
We've also got the bonus friend, Miss Taylor Bailey. Hi, Taylor. How are you?
I've been demoted.
You've been
Don't let
demoted
them-
to comment reader.
Yeah, I'm a comment reader.
The last time she was just unhinged. Yeah, she was
got
crazy.
out of
She was out of control, dude.
She looks like a loose cannon.
Yeah,
She is,
it was
sir.
my show actually.
You know what? You know what I love about women is how they just can't learn when to shut the fuck
Oh,
up.
see, you know what? Immediately demonetized the second we start the freaking live stream.
I'm glad I'm over here.
These
Next to
are
the lady.
David's thoughts, not ours. So.
Well,
Yeah.
this is something that Josh and I
I
have
don't
discussed in
co-sign on
depth.
that.
Yeah. You don't
But
co-sign
I'm
that?
doing great. Thank you for asking.
You are
So happy
doing
to be
great.
here.
You're doing great, sweetie. You're going to be reading some comments. I think we've already got a few people in the chat. Let me say hi to everyone in the chat
Yeah, we got
before
Wendy.
we get started.
We
yeah.
got Dr. Tim.
Dr. Tim.
Jacob.
Jacob. Who's Jacob? Oh, Jacob. Yo, that's one of my buddies. That's another friend of Davey.
There you
Yeah.
go.
We got all kinds of cool people in the chat tonight. This one's going to get weird, Josh.
Good.
This one is going to get a little weird. Shane has a very wild past. You're better now. I mean, you're not as. I mean, you're still pretty crazy.
Oh, I'm healed. Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
no. I mean,
I'm woked.
you're woke.
I'm woked.
Woke Ed.
Right? Is that
Okay.
how- yeah.
I don't think that's how it goes, actually. But yeah, you know what? We're gonna go with it.
We're gonna go
But you've been. I mean, you're still a power lifter, right? You still do that.
Honestly, it's kind of corny these days, man. I just live to stay healthy and in shape. I can't do what I used to do. And so I got a lot of back pain, knees, stuff like that. So, I mean,
so
I
you're
can
not-
still go heavy, but I don't. It's just.
I
it's
watched
too-
you. Like, I think you were squatting 500 pounds, just like repping it out like crazy.
You know.
It was insane. I can't even squat like 150.
You do cool kettlebell workouts though, right?
Shut up, Josh.
The extension cables. And what is it? Shake weight, right?
First of all, they're bands. I do band workouts. Thank you so much. The
Hi,
stretchy
David.
bands.
David's in the chat. Hi,
David Harris, what up, my guy? Oh, with David here. Oh boy. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some comments from David about Shane. I can already
Yeah.
tell. He's gonna threaten to peg you. There's gonna be that.
What does that
You
mean?
brought up pegging this time.
Pegging?
I want you
Yeah.
to know that.
David's a big peg guy. Big peg guy.
You
What does
brought
that,
it
what does
up.
that mean?
It means he wants to put things in your anus.
He wants to ride my Hershey Highway.
There we go.
Ain't happening.
I like how you played like you didn't know what it was.
But it's flattering. It's flattering. I love
So
it.
you're not powerlifting as much anymore.
I just can't, brother. Like every time I've tried, I like my back will go out, and I just did so much gruesome lifting over the years where I just, you know, most of the time I was on narcos and everything else, all that gear, and so you're not really in touch with reality as your body knows it, and so. When I got my shit together, we'll just say, I started to feel everything.
Oh,
and
yeah, you
it's
feel that pain now.
Yeah, so now I'm fucking corny, bro. I'm in Orange Theory. I'm in the sauna, Golds. I'm doing hot yoga stuff.
doing
like
Pilates
that.
and stuff?
Bro, you name it.
Big
Taylor's a
Pilates
big
girl.
Pilates girl,
Big
yeah.
Pilates
What are you
girl.
doing? Hot Pilates?
Whenever they don't turn the AC on.
Backyard Pilates? Okay, I dig it.
I do get a little hot and bothered when I do Pilates. You know what I'm saying? All right, that didn't work. That didn't work at all.
Yes,
Never
we
mind.
did bring a
thank you for
hot
calling
guy,
it out.
Nuria. We did bring a hot guy. She said, "Hey, Davey, we asked for a hot guy, and he delivered."
Davey delivers the hot guys. Okay,
The producer.
You can
Damn,
quote
Davey's
him on
not
that.
hot though. I think we just heard from Nuria that Davey's not hot. Sorry, Davey.
I feel like that's kind of
It's all
where
subjective.
Yeah, that was the subtext there. Yeah.
Opinions.
Look, just because I don't have a cool facial scar and face tattoos
Hey,
doesn't
come on.
mean that I'm not handsome. All right. Why did it all
kind
get
of
real
have a
quiet? Everyone
scar.
got real quiet.
I
as soon
felt
as
like you were looking at me to tell you, no, you're handsome, Davey. Like, was that what I was supposed to do?
No, not necessarily, Josh. But you could have weighed in a little bit.
You're a good-looking guy.
Thank you, Josh.
Are you happy?
You have a very gray beard. We discussed this before the live stream.
Yeah.
Whoa, that
Salt
was
and
out of
pepper?
pocket, bro.
Yeah, I think
That was out of pocket.
That's a pretty cool scar. Is that a scar on your face?
Which one?
That's the most badass answer I've ever heard.
Wait, the story of how you got your scar. You were riding a motorcycle when you got your scar.
Oh God!
First of all, Shane, I mean, even after you got off the sauce, like you still do crazy shit. We got in trouble in a parking lot, a shopping center here in San Antonio one time.
What?
Yeah, because we were doing donuts in his Hellcat in front of a Whole Foods, which was pretty sick.
Fuck.
a golf cart security guard
Yeah.
pulled us over. And so,
Wait.
I mean,
He pulled you over in the golf cart?
he was in the golf cart. Shane was nice enough just to stop and see if he needed something, but he just started yelling at Shane. And Shane got hyped up pretty quick. And I mean, Shane's a big, intimidating dude. The security golf cart guy, he calmed down pretty fast. He didn't say a whole lot.
Yeah, well, people tend to show you their colors when they're standing over you, especially with like an authoritative badge. You know? And so I think when he started to take in the full picture, and not only that, but my demeanor, I was an asshat for sure. And, I was just still in that phase where I didn't give a fuck.
Loved it for you though, buddy.
Yeah.
Loved it for you.
Everybody did. It was just like everyone had popcorn in that period of my life. You know what I mean? And I just didn't treat him very well. I was a dick for sure.
But you did it. You know what? You were actually nicer than I thought you would be.
Well, yeah, I didn't get violent with him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You didn't choke him out or anything.
No, yeah.
So that was cool.
But still, it was still asshat behavior for sure.
Well, I mean, compared to some of the other asshattery.
I get drastically improved.
So when you got that scar, that was on a motorcycle, right? Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. Tell Taylor what happened.
We're doing full transparency.
Yeah,
Full
lock eyes
transparency.
with
Let's
me.
go.
Don't look away.
Oh God. So okay.
Are you nervous?
Well, yeah, because I'm trying. I gotta
He's
be
breathing heavy.
I gotta be honest here. I did get really fucked up on a motorcycle.
You did.
I did, and some really fucked up stuff happened to me. I got busted open pretty good, but that's not how this happened.
That was another time.
So I got blinded in my left eye from violence, too much fighting, and then the scar happened in a blackout, and I actually did it to myself. I split my face open in one of my blackouts. And
Really?
then when I had just gotten my stuff together and my life together and gotten sober, everybody was blowing me up about it, and I had just gotten hit on the motorcycle, so I just started like that lie took off right away. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I got this fucking people love that,
Yeah.
This big guy, total badass, split it up on our motorcycle, and then that lie perpetuated and snowballed, and so of course people were just like, bro, you fucking riding, and you fucking so, and then I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. And then years go by, I get comfortable in my skin, and I start telling the truth, but yeah, I just made a lot of poor decisions, and so I got lucky, the scar being where it is and being blind in that left eye, it just goes,
So you can't see in your left eye?
No, ma'am.
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, it's the
Because
full
that eye
fledged-
tracks with your other eye.
Well, yeah, okay, so
Can't
I
relate.
have fuck.
Wow, I think
Damn, I just
Taylor just got
outed
really honest on the
she's
on the
dialed in.
live
I
stream
just
too.
traumatized.
Yeah. I think you just
eye is
admitted
it?
to having a lazy eye.
Which eye is lazy?
So
I
you
can't
see,
tell.
if somebody
do this
if
off
you
the
get up close, one of my pupils stays massively dilated. Okay, so this one is the one I can see and does all the work.
Right,
This
yeah.
one I have light, like I can see light, like there's just like orange and glow, and then like if darkness were to come where I can obviously tell the dichotomy of dark and light.
So it's like your aura.
Ooh, wow, Taylor just called you a witch. That's crazy.
She's
It's
just-
spooky season.
Yeah, that's pretty good,
Dude,
He's
good.
on it. Yeah.
I mean, the scar plays though.
It
Regardless
does.
of how you
It
got
does.
it, the scar plays.
I love that. I'm the one guy at the corner store that the crackheads do not approach. I mean, it works for me, man, because I'm a gentle giant these days. I am the nicest guy, but people don't fuck with me, and I'm introverted, so I go with that. I ride that wave.
You just look mean.
Well,
You look
dude,
mean.
I've been through I've had a horrible go at life.
Yeah.
Especially during my developmental years, and with violence and everything else coming from where I come from, and so when things change and you start to become who you really are, and you get your life together and you get better mental health, you know, on the other side of it, and you end up looking like this, it's like, fuck. Because I wish, one of the biggest realizations I had was like, I don't even like tattoos, and I'm fucking covered in them.
Really,
yes,
dude?
It was heartbreaking for me because people love it. Oh, bro, that's fucking sick, bro. Who's your artist? Who's
Oh,
your
yeah, of
artist?
course, yeah.
So I have to do that script every time. Because I'm nice, I'm like, yes, it was this person. This, and I haven't got him in years. You're welcome to hit him up and all that. I don't mind doing that. But, you know, I've got some janky shit on me. You know what I mean? Like when I used to gangbang and do all that bullshit.
Yeah.
My ego was huge and toting guns and all that cool guy, tough guy posturing stuff. You know, it fit perfect for then. But then when I like got away from all of that, then it's like now I look like this. And so when I'm trying to work normal jobs or do, you know, healthy, corny behavior, people are like, oh, what the fuck? We gotta.
Hey, are you sure he's cool?
Marlena says she's not intimidated by you, and
Thank
that
you.
she'd bring you in for a big old bear hug.
Look at
love it. I
that.
love
See,
it.
the
When
ladies
you
want
said
to bear
you don't
hug
look
you.
mean.
It's funny. I think they get my vibe now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
Well,
putting
actually,
off
you know
that-
Well, Dr. Tim said you look
I-
like a James Bond villain.
That's kind of a compliment.
I like it. Yeah, that's
So the other day
That's
I
a
was
fit.
here. I was here in. What do they call this? Alamo what?
Alamo
Alamo
Heights.
Heights.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Put some respect on their name, Shane.
I'm totally fucking. All
I know,
All
of
my
course.
boys are here.
Yeah, you're an
I
09er,
was
shut
trying to
up.
go into the little Palm Beach tan and. And I was walking in, and this yoga mom with her kids in the back of this big, nice SUV are chilling, enjoying the cool weather. And I'm just walking into the place, and I shit you not, dude. I get like 10 feet from her car, and you just, and the all the locks close.
No, that lady was like, I'd risk it all.
So people,
She'd risk it all for you.
so people when they see me, they still, you know, I get it.
Well, I mean, but once you get to
There's
know
stigmas.
you,
That's
you're like the coolest dude.
I am now.
Yeah,
Look at this,
Whit
Whit.
said that you've got a sexy mind.
Yeah, she goes, this man's mind is sexier than anything else.
I appreciate it.
Swoon.
Turn the cameras off. We're just talking to girls now.
I don't even think I need to do anything at this point, honestly.
This just turned into a whole other show.
Yeah, this is, take your shirt off, Shane, real quick. Just pop the shirt off and
just pull it out.
put it on the table. You know, we know it's big. Okay, Josh, I mean, come on.
By
Do we
we or
know
do you? You mean you?
Listen.
Josh and I have nothing to do with it.
Shane
baby
was
holding an
also Shane was also an exotic dancer.
Yes, I've heard.
Josh,
Oh, gosh.
how was that time in your life, Shane?
Oh fuck, bro.
You were making cash, dude.
Yes.
That's
How
when I
long
first
did you
got
do
to
it?
know you.
About 12 years.
12 years as a
Yeah.
dancer.
Yeah, it was insane. It was a sensory overload for sure.
Yeah.
So it started off at the bottom, and I had like these legendary guys that I got to learn from, and they were truly inspiring. I mean, they had it dialed in.
Yeah.
And they didn't go home with the women. They made their money. They were true entertainers, and I got to learn from the best. And finally, after 5 years of that, I had my moment where I stepped into the light, and I was on top for about 6 years, and then I started getting heavy into that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, it comes the drugs, money, and the women, and it was a dark ride down.
Yeah.
And then I ended up at the very end of it. You go from this guy that, like, they always had this quote in the industry, we called it's lonely on top. And I had gotten to, it was my time, it was my little era, my ego.
You were the man, dude.
I was so, and I was
You were
an
the
actor.
feature act.
Well, I was, and I
Yeah.
was traveling, I mean, everywhere. I was going everywhere.
I know.
And I would pay any amount to get me. And, and my ego and my narcissism, it was crazy. And what happened is when I got into the addiction, like, it just took off, especially when you have the money and you got the outside validation, everything. I mean, everything I had aspired to think, I was like, we have made it. I mean, I was like a walking rap song. I mean, I really did believe like I am it. I'm it. And dude, and it was a big like house of cards. Cause like at the end of it, like, I mean, I was getting barred out, passing out on stages. I mean, I was catching on fire during my shows. I was a fat stripper at the end too. It was humiliating. But my ego, talk about cognitive dissonance. Like, I was fucking gone. I was so out of touch with reality towards the end. I still had long hair, and like I was out of shape, and like I was still had like eyeliner on, and I thought I was still the man. And,
Well, I mean, you kind of were still, honestly.
well, I was riding, resting on my laurels.
Yes.
Yeah. There was no humility. There was no true entertainment. There was no sportsmanship. I was fighting. I was beating dudes' asses all the time. You know what I mean? I was,
Like other dancers?
oh yeah, bro. Because you gotta remember, everybody that comes in that industry is jacked as fuck and all juiced up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
as soon as you get in the locker room, it's like, bro. And it's just, who can, you know, and a lot of these guys were
Trying to
bigger
alpha
than-
you,
a lot-
dude.
Always. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my God. Anybody that's lived in locker rooms knows what it's like, especially, can you imagine NFL, D1, locker rooms like that?
Oh, yeah.
So male dancers, or a lot of us, failed those guys. You know, big guys
Field
that
athletes,
are jacked.
yeah.
A lot. I mean, and dude, some of these guys were like, should be up on NBC IFBB Pro big, you know? But what's funny about a lot of male dancers is no matter how jacked they were, they didn't have any street cred. They couldn't fight. You know what I mean? So a lot of theirs was resting on, look at me.
I'm just big.
What's it called when you're like a bluff or like a
poser?
Yeah. Well, where you look tough and you look like people are afraid.
A bitch. That's what it is.
All bark, no bite.
There we go. Yeah.
Crushed it.
That too. I mean, those are also B words though. I just want to point out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
So you're just fighting in the locker room, just
everything, dude.
Maintaining your alpha status.
Runner. Yeah.
That's so badass. Josh.
It was bad.
I mean, this guy.
I was riding blackouts on my bikes. I was going into titty bars for like 50 grand cash and just passing out at the table.
Should have brought him to a strip club.
Yeah, swear to God, I got pictures, and I always had fronts in too. My ego got to the point where I always had my grill in.
Yeah,
I had a diamond platinum grill.
Do you
and
still
I was
have
always, yeah, I got it.
Oh,
There's some things I got to keep. I lost all
Yeah.
my J's, my money, my little mansion, my dogs, my however many girlfriends. Because I was very dishonest, disloyal. I was total. I mean, I was just.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like
they
that kind
all-
of goes with the
aren't
territory.
they all?
When you hurt a good woman and like that comes with it, man. I wasn't living right.
I mean,
industry. I don't know if there's a healthy balance there. You know,
I
it
need
took
you
me
to
down.
do
It
a
took me down.
message right now to all men. Stay loyal, kings.
Oh, do you have something to say to the disloyal subs, the disloyal simps that need to?
Oh, I'll tell you right, dude, all that fucking dirty money, or the little side hustle you got going on with the girl, the side chick, whatever you want to call it, it all comes around, brother.
Speak your
It'll come
truth,
back
king.
and bite you.
Speak your truth.
It'll break you in a way that like you probably can't survive.
I mean, dude, you were close a few different times. I remember the last time when you went on your last run, and then one of our mutual buddies came to pick you up.
Yeah.
And dude, this is the craziest story. You'd been okay, tell me again, like what drugs you had been on at that point.
So at that time in my life, I had a really good shrink, and she was giving me some, I think they're called cypotropin medication. So I was on antidepressants. I was also on benzos.
Okay.
And then I had a really bad narco addiction.
Okay.
For all the pain in my body, because I was like 360 pounds, just fucking walking in my knees, my
Pure
hips.
muscle.
I couldn't take it though.
Yeah.
And so I'd have to medicate constantly. And then when you're on anabolics, it messes with your mind on a much more complex level. So I may have had like a lot of cerebral features, but everything was being abused. So I had like a lot of mania. Like I had distorted reality, man.
Yeah, you were just going nuts.
And I couldn't stop drinking. I was floating my fucking liver. Like I was doing like a fifth of Everclear every 36 hours, about 24 to 36 hours. And
That's
I
a lot of booze.
bro. I couldn't stop.
My God,
I would
dude.
wake up with the shakes and I'd go to the freezer to stop them. It was crazy. I remember I went to this physician that was also like a semi-plug. You know, he'd keep me on my pain pills, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey, I'm asking for a friend. What would happen if somebody in their early 30s was
about this size,
drinking about this much a day and taking these pills?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, his kidneys or his liver, his adrenal system, something would go out immediately, and it's imminent death for sure." And I remember just being like, "Oh my God,
I'm gonna die."
yeah, no, I was dying, but you know, that sense of it was dark.
You can't get out of it, dude.
Powerless, hopeless. I mean, it was fucking dark.
And some of our buddies were calling you, trying to get in touch with you.
Oh, and like 2 nights before they rescued me that night, I'd woken up in a shirt that was torn up, covered in blood, and I had bullet casings. It was, dude, I was getting, it was, oh, man.
It was off the chain.
Yeah.
It was some wild shit that was going down.
Yeah.
So then they came to get you finally.
I got
They finally
lucky
come
they
to get
did.
you, yeah.
They came to get me at a.
This is my favorite. So our buddies show up in a car to take him to rehab. That was the goal, right? They were gonna snatch you from your house and take you to rehab, and they get you
How
in the
many
car.
were gonna pick him up? Is what I want to know.
Oh, they were
How many
teddy
did it
bears.
take?
Those guys.
Yeah,
I
it was only
loved
2 of them, right?
Yeah.
It was just the 2 of them. But they're close friends of ours.
Yeah.
And so
They're most wonderful dudes.
You went willingly. You went willingly.
Well,
but
yeah, because like I still had this weird thing where I loved people that I loved, and I was still kind to my people, my kind,
Yeah.
whatever, like my friends, whatever you call that, my tribe. It was usually any outside domestic shit that I would go off the hinges. You know, somebody looked at me wrong. I remember that night at that gym, they told me that there was a couple fighting out front, and I went crazy on that chick's boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like I didn't mind my own business. And then I broke into a cop car where they were trying to take me.
Bold move.
I was so angry.
Bold move.
I guess I don't know. I just listened to "Fuck the Police" probably.
You're like, I'm the cop now.
I was on my NWA vibe, you know, couldn't help it. But they're driving you down the highway next to the airport.
Despot.
Despot time. They didn't know. They picked him up and he had a pistol on him. They didn't know. Yeah. And he's in the back seat. Go ahead. Tell him what happened. Because I've heard it 3 separate times.
Yeah. Okay, so that week, man, I had wrecked my Hellcat in a blackout, went home, got on the Harley, wrecked that, got ran over by a car on the Harley. My leg was all fucked. And then I got my CBR, crashed it into the Palace, and they still let me drink because I came and started throwing hundos. And after that, then I was out of resources. I had wrecked all my cars. Within 7 days, I'd wrecked the Harley, the Hellcat, and the CBR 1000. And then it was time to Uber. And I was gonna,
ride share time.
King.
Let's go.
And that day especially was really bad because I had been on a run all day. And I just, at the end of it, they had picked me up trying to help me get the shit out of my system so I could draw a clear breath. And they said that, I think I was there. They said I pulled out my pistol and just started
shooting out the window.
Yeah, just fucking
Despot. Just screaming Despot in the back seat.
And I just felt so bad for them. I mean, what that must have felt like for, a sober buddy trying to help you. Imagine this big fucking ogre. He's like, he's crying, he's fucking slobbering, he's drunk, he's falling asleep, he's back at it, then he's raging, and then all of a sudden, pop, pop. I mean, dude, that's crazy, man.
It's wild shit.
That's not,
But here you are now.
Fuck, yeah.
And it's kind of, it's a little bit funny in retrospect.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking miracle, man, for sure.
Dude, I mean, the fact that you survived, and that was just one of the runs. That was just one of them. And you went on multiple benders like that. Yeah. And especially when you were still working in the club. Because, like we said, you were the feature act, dude. People were coming to see you. Did San
Antonio have men's clubs?
Yes.
Do we have them still?
No. Asking for a friend?
Asking for a friend?
Right now we do... actually, tomorrow night, every Thursday night, we do ladies' night over at the Gallery on St. Mary's. Me and a few other guys, and I do my fire performance stuff like that.
Do you do it clothed or unclothed?
Yeah, because we have some requests. Take your shirt off.
The chat is blowing up with take the shirt off.
I wear a banana hammock. And
nice,
I wear my
dude.
Boots.
Yeah,
You're familiar with the banana hammock.
Well, I do want to get into the banana hammock stuff. Because I went to, when it was still hard bodies, I went once.
They have some pretty small pairs out there.
Okay, shut up. Shut up. You know what? I hope you're talking about Josh right now.
Wait, Josh is minding his own business, dude.
I have to deflect, dude.
Josh.
Why would I talk about Josh? You're trying to out-alpha me right now, dude. We're about to start fighting, and I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Look at that majestic salt and pepper over there.
I know. He's a unicorn. He really is.
The liger.
I got it from COVID.
You what?
I said I got it from COVID.
Oh,
are you serious?
Okay,
well,
no, we're not going down this rabbit hole. Because
not-
Davey's convinced that a lot of things are happening to him, but I'm like, no, that's just aging, bro.
You're just getting old.
You're just getting old.
I did hear that about the jab, let's call it, that a lot of people went gray because of it. Mm-hmm.
Went what?
Their hair turned gray.
Okay.
I don't want to, put any false information out there, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. But yeah,
Definitely demonetize him.
exactly. Yeah, let's move on because banana hammocks. Let's talk about banana hammocks because that's a safe topic of conversation.
I'm a little knowledgeable in this topic.
I got a little experience.
Years of research for science.
In the field study.
So I went to Hard Bodies one day, which is very fun club.
To work or to play?
No, I was hanging out with a group of girls, and they all thought it would be hilarious if we went as a group to Hard Bodies.
Right on.
And you
It
agreed?
doesn't take much to convince Davey to go to a strip
it's
club.
an experience.
He's such an open-minded dude.
Yeah.
That's an asset.
Rough
Okay,
day,
careful,
strip club.
because I don't know where that's going. How open-minded are we talking? Hang on. I'll take. I'd fit things in my mouth.
Why does it always got to go gay with you?
Yeah.
I wanted to beat you to it. All right.
You want to beat something.
Just fucking lining them up.
Oh, softball, underhand, home run, looking for a ballpark, baby. So we go into Hard Bodies, and literally the first thing that I see is this hulking dude that walks down like the catwalk part of the stage, And as he comes into the light, he's wearing the banana hammock, and this thing that he was carrying.
What color was the banana hammock?
I don't remember. I don't know what color it was, dude. There were higher priorities. It blinded me. Yeah,
shape.
Yeah, it was.
I don't see color. I only see dick.
That's gonna be my new Hinge profile.
I did not come prepared for this. That is awesome,
dude. It was.
We're an inclusive group.
Massive, bro. It was. I mean, this thing.
Damn, I wish I wouldn't have put the camera on me when I said that. You're gonna flip it, and it's like, damn.
You had such a big smile.
I know. Shit. Damn it.
I only see dick.
Well, I don't know who this entertainer was, but I mean, the hog on this guy was just insane. And I was wondering, like, with those banana hammocks, do they stuff them to make it look bigger than it actually is, or like, is there like some sort of industry trick to it? Like,
He's
what's
like,
going
no,
on?
sorry, Davey, we
There's
just
a
have
trick.
massive dogs.
It's called genetics.
Hate to break
Sorry,
it to you,
we're all
dude.
just hung
We're
like horses.
blessed.
No, the small dongers get weaned out pretty quick. But I will say this:
No, you can't
there
say
is-
weaned out.
That's a perfect
Small
analogy.
dongs
Okay, get
fucked.
wienered out.
Yeah.
No, what I mean is like women, they're gonna
Touch it.
know, man. There's no like you're either the full Monty, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it. But we do have a trick. It's called tying off. We
Okay.
get I mean, for years I was a part of that little movement, and then I was like, "Fuck this, man! My dick's gonna fall if I keep doing this shit. No way." So what we do is we'd all gather around, not look at each other in our locker. We'd zone out, and
Yeah.
they'd be watching porn. It'd get hard, and then they tie it off. And you try to trap that blood in, and then you go out for your performance with your fucking. And
No
You guys have
way.
to try that
only
before your
problem
next
is
stand-up.
I would be stuck out there. If I had a good set, I'd be stuck on stage for like an hour and 10 minutes, and I come back and my dick would be like green purple, and then I'd take it off, and then I talk to my doctors like, yeah, we don't want to cut circulation off in places like that.
I wouldn't think so, dude.
Well, yeah, well, it's a if you do it right, it can be manageable, but it's a legendary thing in the industry. And what I started doing was just being like, hey, I'm going to put my banana camera on. I'm going to put some briefs on. I'm just going to put a sock in there just in case you pull my shit down. I don't want to have my meat out.
Yeah.
And so I just got past it. For me, it was more ego shit. Like, I'm here to perform. And I was also, I didn't really get along with the strippers, the guys that just look pretty on side stages. I don't know why it triggered me. But I liked the whole point that the generation that I came from was true entertainment. I mean, these are
That's
guys
it,
that
dude,
were
yeah.
gymnasts and that would do these fucking shows that you would feel goosebumps because they were such amazing performers. And then after they would kill and woo
Josh
the
is
crowd,
getting goosebumps right now just listening to it. You know, it's crazy.
and then they would take their clothes off, and it was like added bonus. But you could tell all the guys that rested on their looks.
Yeah.
Dude, you had some of the sharpest. I mean, some of the most handsome dancers I ever saw. These dudes look like perfection.
Yeah.
But they couldn't hang with entertainers.
Yeah.
Because women would they'd be up
That's
there.
not
and they
what
would
girls
look
are
great.
into. Yeah.
They would.
Have y'all heard of that that show? It's called Finding Magic Mike. It's on HBO, and it was like made by Channing Tatum, and it's literally like a game show where these guys have to compete to become the next like Magic Mike in the
Right on.
Magic Mike show.
No way.
And they train them. They send them to like a therapist. They like build these guys up, and it's people that have like gone through bad breakups and have like low confidence.
Oh, right on.
And they make them do like full on performances at the end of it.
That's cool.
And I was like, that's what I'm thinking of. Like,
Well,
but like
I
lame
mean-
strip clubs, I'm like, move that
Dude,
over. I
no,
want to see a
Shane,
cool ass performance.
weren't you on tour with like a Magic Mike group?
So I had to open up at all the theaters, all the parts of Texas for the Magic Mike movies, and then so I would have to go up in front of the movie theater, act the actual theaters like the Palladium here, all these Santicos, and they would start the movie. And then before the movie would start, we'd come out. I'd do Raining Men, and then we'd go lap dance for all the women, help in the stadium seats, and take all their money. And then they would start watching the movie. And bro, they would walk out of there like fucking crazier than shithouse rats. I mean, bro,
Just
got it all.
horned up,
can you
baby.
imagine what their husbands and boyfriends would get when they got? I mean, because nobody has ever seen women in the light that I have as long as I have.
That's the thing, dude.
Well, you make women feel special.
Yeah.
I don't.
And
I don't know.
entertain.
Was that supposed to? I was trying to have a deep moment.
A special? Okay.
You make them feel
That's
like
another word.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's
Well, you
one
just
way to
get to
describe
see a
it.
different side when they're a part of like all that
Like
sensory
trying to be
overload.
It's
They're
animalistic.
drinking, and there's so much sex going on. A lot of these women have like been at their desk job or this pandemic anxiety, or they have a relationship that's not going well, and then all
That's
of a
what I'm
sudden
saying.
there's a bunch of naked dick in their face, guys.
Yeah.
And they're just like. And they
Yeah.
lose it.
Best
and
day ever.
Fuck, it can get psycho.
Well, that's okay. So that was one of the things that I noticed that one time I went to Hard Bodies. This was in the same visit. The same guy with the massive hog. He walked out to the front of the stage, and there was a lady there that just gobbled him up.
Yeah.
Like just.
You mean like as far as tipping him and stuff?
I mean, as far as like it was still his hog was still in the banana hammock, but she put the whole thing in her mouth.
Oh, that's like dancing bears. Have you ever
Is
seen
that like the equivalent of like a heckler at a comedy show?
That was probably one of our rookies. That's terrible. Yeah, we didn't like stuff like that.
Well, I don't think he was really prepared for it.
No, okay, that makes sense.
I think she just kind of went for it.
That's like a violation for sure.
Well, that's the other thing.
That's
There's a lot
fucked
of
up.
misconceptions around that. When women puts her finger in your ass or fucking grabs your
fucked
shit,
up.
it's all like, oh, okay, cool. But you know,
If a
can you
dude did
imagine
that at a
if a dude
strip
that
club?
they'd be out of there?
Oh yeah.
And dude, I dealt with so many years of that kind of stuff. I had one
That's
crawl through my
crazy.
window, walk down my hallways. I've had them break into my house. It
What?
You have
bro.
stalkers.
Oh,
Do you
I had legit stalkers. I almost blew one's head off one time. I was with a chick, and
She
one
had it
one
coming.
started coming down my hallway because one of my roommates was a dancer, and he was hooking up with a girl that was friends with her, with one of my clients. And so I guess she followed them, and then came into my house and was like, Titan. And dude, it was I had my little 45, and I was like, who the fuck? But you know, thank God I didn't do anything.
Well,
stupid
yeah,
like that.
I mean,
but I remember just seeing her big silhouette in my house.
big silhouette.
Big.
Yeah. Well, it was
I
like
think that's an important distinction.
Yeah,
Right there.
no,
you
like-
said it.
honesty
never
is an
unhear
important.
that.
Yes. I didn't mean like that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Big heart.
She's great just the way she is, but so just her mental health, you know, and then. But I also, when it came to like the shit that karma brought me, was different. You know, if I was sleeping with multiple women, would just douchey behavior like that.
Sure.
And then that would drive any woman crazy. You know, I'd be with one, and then one would catch me, and you know, my ego at the time was like, fuck, I won't even talk to you, and that would scare them, so they would keep pursuing. It was just bad, man. A lot of grandiosity and narcissism, for sure.
Oh well, I mean, but I feel
was
like
a
that's part of the
full-blown
performance too. You gotta have to have that attitude and that mentality when you're on stage.
There was a few guys in the business that were able to maintain humility and leave it all there on the floor and go home and leave like healthy mental health lives, like where their life was conducive. But you know, when you get sucked into it, the ego and everything that goes with it, when you're put on that pedestal and you're getting women that are are beautiful, out of this world beautiful, and trying to sleep with you and give you money and buy you cars all the time. Eventually, if you let it in, it just changes you. I've watched so many guys. I mean, if you were to ask, we all thought we were legends in our own mind at one point, you know. And
It's hard not to think that when you've got that many.
We're talking about guys that walk around and their names become our dancer name. Now we identify as that character.
Yeah, you were
persona.
Titan.
I was Titan.
You were Titan.
That's how lost I was, and so it was not attractive, man. But I lived like that for so long, I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? So I'm really glad that my path to destruction hit the bottom that it did. That I was able to change, because I'm a wonderful man
Yeah, you
now.
seem like a whole different.
I am. I couldn't imagine doing the kind of things that I used to do, and I was violent and disloyal. I mean, I was all kinds of the worst things you could imagine on a daily basis.
Yeah.
For so long, but I realized too that all stem back to like childhood traumas, developmental traumas, stuff like that. It's how I coped. My brain was on survival mode, and I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? It's like that's how denial works. It doesn't break down.
Are you in
until
therapy now?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Just saying, therapy works.
Oh yeah, I mean,
all forms of therapy.
I love
that's
therapy.
exactly right. You've done a bunch of therapy.
I have.
And I think that was
gotten a
really
lot of the
beneficial
healing
for you.
that I
Yeah.
needed.
Healthy king.
He is.
Ladies.
No, he really
I am
is.
now. Well, I'm working on it. Work in progress. Let's not.
That's
get
right.
too-
Progress, not
Hey,
perfection.
I didn't say
You know,
perfect.
Josh?
I said healthy.
I still have fucking moments where like this dude is nuts.
I mean, the Hellcat in front of the Whole Foods, man. I mean, that was a crazy
How
moment.
long ago
You know
was
what? That's fun. That was so minuscule compared to the things that I was really doing, though. That's crazy. I love that you got to see such a G-rated version of my life. At
It
the
was
time.
fun. I had a good time.
He's like
I
a
enjoyed
kid in a
it.
candy
He
shop.
did. He
He's like, let's do it again. Will you write
He
it
really
down?
was.
I mean,
I needed that. He made me feel cool that day. You know what I mean?
Like, this is pussy shit.
I'm over here spinning out in my cesspool of low self-esteem, and he was like, "Bro, that was badass."
Or donuts.
I like that.
And of course, my ego at the time was like, "I'll do whatever gets my friend's approval." Fuck that. Fuck, you want me to shoot him too? You want me to kill him? Beat his ass? I'll fucking kill this guy right now. Whatever gets your validation.
But you can still do the entertainment now.
I can.
Because you are a purist as far as the entertainment goes. And I think that's the interesting difference, Taylor, between like women exotic dancers and men exotic dancers. Like there are women that are extraordinarily good with like the pole tricks and that sort of thing. And they have to practice that and they have to build that skill.
There's incredibly talented women.
Absolutely. I feel like it's even more necessary in your line of work as a male exotic dancer.
Well, I will tell you this: it's. I used to only date other strippers, and we used to live in female strip clubs. That was just kind of that dynamic.
Right.
Male entertainers went to females, and females went to males. That's just the way it was. I don't know, some kind of hidden rule.
It's like a community.
It was, but it was like invisible to the eye, like it was something you just did and didn't talk about. And women entertainers, imagine the shit they got to go through with men. You know what I mean? We were fine with it, but the thing is I noticed a beautiful woman can go out there and literally stand still or slightly move or just be sensual.
Yes.
And men will spend their fucking 401k.
It's almost like that's more attractive.
I watched
to
my
them.
ex,
Wild.
my ex used to come home with like literally $6,000, and I remember just thinking when I was in my like rookie days, like I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I need to get to that status. And that comparative thinking was really toxic too, though.
Sure.
You know, always comparing my path and journey to others. However, when I came into my place with it, when I became an entertainer, you have to work. This was my experience.
Yeah.
I had to do so much more to make big money.
Yes.
And I don't mean, I'm sorry, that sounded terrible. I'm not talking about outside the club. Not
No,
sexually.
yeah.
None of us went there, but I'm glad you cleared it up.
No, because that sounded like,
Sounded like you were
prostitution.
hooking. Yeah,
I was
it
hooking,
did sound a little.
No, what I'm
little
talking
hookerish,
about
yeah.
is like I was full blown in gymnastics. I was doing
Yeah.
aerial silks and I was doing fire poise staff. And I mean, I was
Dude, we're
doing
gonna be
backflips. And like I was doing all this stuff. I mean, I was literally in training for 6 months for one performance. And then like I think the best night I ever had in the industry was like I got gifted a Corvette, and then one girl on my birthday 2012 made it rain. I think I made like 12, 13K right there on stage.
Woo! I'm
But
about
that-
to do some gymnastics.
I
Yeah,
started-
give me the
Holy
fucking
shit.
That's when I
corporate
had stepped
haircut.
in. That's when I had stepped into what a someone at the top in that industry would make. You
Yeah.
know, because I had seen what some of the legends would make, and if you were just a male stripper and you were handsome,
Yeah.
you're gonna go home with maybe $50 to $200 if you're lucky.
But some people are like okay with that,
Really?
like doing the bare minimum, right?
Yeah. Well, what happens is a lot of times these guys, a lot of them have certain other mental health issues that brings them into the male dance
Yeah.
industry, and so they start going home with these women to get that validation,
Yes.
and
Okay.
that's what fucks up the pool really bad. Because then you have, instead of clients, you have, well, yeah,
You have Janes.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
So, you know,
That can get messy really,
it was
really
so
quick.
messy,
Yeah,
bro.
But I mean, it happens in the male dancer and female dancer world. We know that.
yeah,
You know.
it's part of it.
We,
Well,
you,
know, I mean, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to my friends. Well, not Shane specifically.
Well, they used to say if you fuck your money fucks you.
Oh yeah.
That's what that meant.
Yeah.
Because as soon as these guys started doing their clients,
Mm-hmm.
the money it was the most miraculous thing. I loved watching it like clockwork. These guys would come in, we'd take them under our wings, they would start killing it, and they'd go home with one of these girls. Their money would get cut off, and that girl would be on to one of us.
Yep.
And we would
wild.
take all their money and not sleep with them.
Yep.
And bro, talk about a humbling lesson. I watched it time after time after time. It was like a principle of some sort.
We'll talk about a mind fuck too for that poor guy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, he made a bad decision, but I mean,
But
imagine
to
how.
have to see that girl again, especially
Yeah.
when they've like started getting the feels.
Now-
a lot of
now-
these guys didn't have like the grit up here, so they, some baddie would come in with money, rock their world, and then they'd become their. I can't. Dude, it was a power shift a lot.
All right.
yeah.
So, any questions in the chat for Shane? while we're
Oh yeah,
here?
I'm sure there's got to be some questions
Yeah,
that these
you've
folks
asked a
want
lot
to ask.
of questions,
I have.
Davey,
I
and
have.
maybe we should open it up to the chat.
I mean, we can open it up to the chat if y'all have some specific questions that you would like to address with Shane. I did have like just a couple more quick ones because
That's what she said.
he loves a quickie. Davey
Love
loves
a
a quickie.
love a quickie. You know, for a guy that's thinking about getting into that industry, I obviously cannot dance, so I'll never make it. You know, but if there was a
the
guy,
reason.
Yeah, literally.
that's
What
it.
the heck?
That's it.
Do you want us to validate you? You're a great dancer, dude.
No, just tell me I'm ripped and handsome. That's
There
all.
you go.
That's
That's
it. That's all I really need.
You're vascular.
Thank you, Josh.
You know, it
Weird
doesn't even,
thing to say.
dancing can be
Weird.
taught, man. You know, LeBron didn't wake up one day and was like, "I'm going to be the greatest hooper." He had to practice and practice.
Yeah, but there's some natural talent. I feel like you've just got the moves. You know.
Well, I mean, I
Do
can't.
your hips lie or do they not lie?
Oh,
David
there
wants
it
to
is.
know
Immediately.
if Davey's ever asked you to peg him.
I told you.
Dude, you brought up pegging at the
Yeah.
beginning of the show. No one said anything about it.
He
Okay,
just
wait.
yeah. No, I'm skipping that question.
To David's question.
to be
Have you
fair-
ever been pegged?
No,
Whoa.
I have not.
Jesus,
He was
Taylor.
asking, I was just asking.
Can you
Follow-up
have
question.
some?
The
Can you
people
show
were
some
gonna
respect?
ask. The people
No,
were
it's
gonna
okay.
ask.
He
The
was
people were gonna. I didn't ask to
There's
peg
nothing
him.
wrong with that question.
Thank
he
you.
was in a speedo in front of like 400 people.
I was.
though. Yeah.
That's how the pegging got
Bro,
started.
it's pretty. It takes a lot of courage for that.
I didn't tie off or anything either. You know.
I think I asked you that on the podcast.
You did. You asked me if I got
you
fluff
chub
beforehand.
up? Did you fluff up?
And I'm a grower. I'm not a shower.
No,
so
Davey was just uber
took a lot of
hyped.
bravery for me. You know,
He was uber hyped in that moment and just goes, "Get the fuck up, San Antonio, and get this Speedo in your face."
I did say that. Yeah.
I'll never unhear that.
Well,
Or experience.
Marlena would like to know: do you feel male dancers put in more work than female dancers? I mean, we kind of addressed that, but
Yeah, so in my personal opinion, I've only seen it from my perspective, but yeah, the things that we do, the shows we put on, we usually have to put on big group acts, performances, and a lot of choreography.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, when you go into a female entertainment club, it's going to be a beautiful woman doing a self routine.
Correct.
It's like,
Yeah.
you know, she's by herself doing it alone. It just really, men don't want to fucking, they don't care. They don't
It's like
want
two
to.
totally different types.
I don't want
of-
to see your Magic Mike. I don't want to see your Uranian Men. I just want show me your ass. How big is her ass? And they want like lap dances.
Yeah.
I watch it a million times. You know, my boys, like guys are not really looking for that. I think there's just they're comparable, but they're not.
they don't care about the showmanship.
There is absolutely.
That's
now,
it.
I think if you were to get like clients that grow to love you and become your friend, they're going to go show up for you when you're like, yeah, I'm going to be doing this, or we're going to be doing, you know, techno, rave, whatever. They might care about that.
Are there coaches for this industry?
Coaches?
Or do you just like have mentors?
There's such a dark stigma about the industry. It hasn't really been put out in the open yet. There's not full transparency or disclosure in this industry to where it's inviting like, hey, you ever need a male entertainment coach? People still look down on it. It's still that it's still in that dark area where it's like, you know, like Jesus doesn't go into strip clubs, you know, kind of thing. Like,
Jesus is everywhere, bro. He's even in the strip clubs.
I was saying that because I had a lot of evangelical Christians used to come try to save my soul when I'd be dancing. They'd come and they'd literally catch me on my way to my car, or they would try to get me between my sets to come talk to me about Christ. And they had this thing they would always tell me about, you know, when you go in there, like you're doing Satan's work, stuff like that. And it didn't help the self-esteem that I had at the time.
Yeah.
Damn.
But so trying to sell me a God that loves me no matter what, and then tell me that it doesn't go in there, is kind of an oxymoron.
Little bit.
1000%.
If you're remotely intelligent, you're kind of like, yeah, I don't want to do your monotheistic deity. I'm good. But
I don't want to be saved.
yeah, if this is what saving looks like, I'm okay. Miss me.
I've got a really deep question that Nuria asked. I mean,
You stole my job.
I know. I'm sorry. There's just this one. From one addict to another, I know that this question is unanswerable, but she asked,
That's okay.
what was the motivation to get out of drugs?
Oh, I mean, I lost everything I cared about. I hit a bottom in every area that was valuable to me. I lost my money, good woman, my home, my family, everything, all my valuables, everything. I lost it all.
You hit the rock bottom.
Yeah, I went from having enough money to where me and my family were set for life. And within 9 months, it was all gone.
That's
Have
crazy.
you been able to mend any relationships?
I'm restored. I've got a restored relationship with my mother, my sister. My sister, me and her are close. It blows my mind. I get emotional thinking about it. She comes to me.
That's so cool.
That's powerful for me. Other people in recovery that I hurt, burned, have showed me a lot of grace. As far as like really good women that I was involved with or manipulated, lied to, all that, that's just not, it wouldn't be appropriate for me to even try to contact them. I've wanted to make amends, but I don't know if it's more of like my ego.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
When you start to think and you re-experience that, what you said, what you did, how you treated others.
Yeah.
And then you get to on the other side of it to where you're experiencing that, it changes you forever.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't imagine doing the things that I have done, especially to other men, like with violence. Like, I struggle with suicide, early sobriety because of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Like, I just can't believe.
Those demons don't just go away.
Yeah, isn't that why it's so hard at the beginning anyway? Because it's just like you're reliving all of that.
Well, not only that, but imagine like losing everything, all the things that we value in life that we're taught to value. You know what I mean? Because that's how I was essentially, my mind was raised by a rap song. Like, this is what we need for validations.
Right.
Oh, fuck bitches, get money, all that. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
That's all posturing, tough guy rhetoric, all that. No. Real men do cry. Real men do get healing. Real men do get their shit together. Real men do treat women well. Real men do not call women bitches and hoes.
Can you say that to Josh, please? Say that to Josh.
Josh is the most respectful person in the room. He hasn't said one word.
They do not call them bitches and hoes, Josh, and I need you to stop that.
I need you to stop
really
calling
hurting our
Josh a
brand.
bitch and a hoe. That's what I need you to stop doing.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I don't think he called me either. Either one of those.
No, when we were live.
But you were, but you're right though. I mean, and that is part of the stigma. And you've lived both those lives. You've lived the big tough alpha guy that just fights and is violent and does all the things that you know an incel would look at you and just be like, that is what I want to be.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah, that's what I used to think. But when I got that, it was paradoxical because
It's like very lonely.
It was absolute. It was the worst thing you could ever want, and there's no way that's who I was made to be. No fucking way. It was hollow. It was like a shell of a man.
Yeah.
You know, and then not only that, but you become sensitive and like you realize like when you lose good people, and especially when you've got to grind to make money that you still scoff at.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking bro shit. You know, and then my hair is thinning. Like
Oh,
I'm
dude,
not, legs
don't
aren't
even
that.
talk to me
my
about
legs
it.
aren't.
Shut
No,
up, your
listen,
hair's
no,
not
listen.
thinning.
Like my body, I'm half the man I used to be physically, and to be like what I was, that iconic feature of like just like oh my god.
Yeah.
And then to be who I am now, it's like I just gotta keep my fucking head down, go ghost and grind, and not talk about it because this fucking hurts.
Yeah.
And it's you can't have an ego and survive that kind of shit, man.
You're so right,
So
dude.
it's like a daily thing. Like fuck that. I do not want to be that. And so the only thing that I can honestly say that I'm proud of in my life is that I'm a better man than I've ever been. I may not have all the outside stuff to validate me yet, but I know it'll come because I'm gonna express the talents of my mind. It'll all come back.
That's it,
This
man.
time I won't fuck it up.
And it's gonna be money and success that's gained honestly. With integrity,
Absolutely.
and that's
dude, all the drug money I made, all the
It's so
fucking
fa- it
every
goes
dollar,
so
it was
fast.
all gone.
Yeah.
And I buried it, I hid it, I put it in fucking accounts,
Yeah.
safety security boxes. I gave my mom like 40K. Somehow it's all
gone.
It's all gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And when you have to take your mommy's Escalade that you bought her away and sell that shit.
Oh, shit,
bro,
dude.
you fucking
That's-
suck. I had a 24 karat gold Desert Eagle. Like I had to sell all my J's. I had
Yeah.
over 100K in J's. You know,
Oh, Taylor's
grills.
sweating over there, dude.
In my
yeah.
hand there.
I mean, it sucks, man.
But that's what it is, though.
It's what I needed.
But now you're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I'm fucking Ubering. I'm doing fire performance, smell dancing on the
Yes,
fly
dude.
where nobody knows.
We gotta go to that.
I'm doing like videography. I'm fucking doing a little bit of carpentry, and I'm doing like bartending. It fucking sucks, bro. Like I could be in Maui right now.
But how satisfying is it though? At the same time, like working that hard and grinding it out like that.
Well, I didn't know what it was like to be a real man, I guess, because it sucks, bro.
Being a real man blows,
Yeah, we're
dude.
like, yeah.
Fuck yeah, who doesn't want the easier, softer way, man?
Ah, you're right.
I guess
You're
the
right.
hardest part is like surviving all that and knowing what you fucked up and
Yeah.
just forgiving yourself and being able to just genuinely make an effort to just, if I don't die, what good could I do? So that's what kind of like start over I had to make.
That's cool, man.
A
I
light
love
question.
it. Yeah.
Is there an industry secret to the shows, like any behind the magic type?
Ooh, that's a good. Well, I mean, we talked
Besides
about
tying
tying
it
off.
off.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I can tell you how to be successful. So like any other
Take
structured
notes.
business, you want to get all your what is it? All your ducks in a row.
Right. Right.
So first things first, if I wanted to be a male dancer, it's going to imply exhibitionism or exploiting my body. So what would I obviously want to be on point?
your body.
My physique.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm out of shape, if I'm not looking the part, don't even
try.
stop there. Focus on that. When you get that dialed in,
Okay.
then next step. Well, do I get a routine? What kind of music? Who am I as a person? Am I going to try to play the bubblegum shit I hear is
Oh, your
popular on the
brand,
radio?
dude. Yeah.
Am I going to try to be a swindler? Am I going to just play what's popular, or am I going to do me?
Yeah.
And the real legends in the business were the dudes that learned their identity, who they were, what they liked.
Yeah.
And they fucking rock that.
What was
And
yours?
Mine was, bro, rock and roll, like grunge
Yeah,
rock.
bro.
I was out
Yeah.
there in Nirvana, fucking Marilyn Manson, and people were just like, oh, Tool. I mean, I was just getting it. But then I would go into my trap music when it came time to collect money because that street me was still there. And it was grimy, but it was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was jacked and I was swinging my dick around and you couldn't tell me nothing, bro.
That's it,
You
dude.
couldn't tell me nothing. And they just somehow that
I'm getting
perpetuated
hyped
more.
over here, bro, about talking about swinging dicks and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
Davey's got a boner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not yet. I'm working
guess
my
it
way
was
there.
I am off.
Find your niche, find the music you like, look the part, and then
It's essential to any good
the
brand.
most basic, fun little trophy aspect, like the little niche. I don't know what the word is. I guess sign that you're ready. You get your tearaways made.
Tearaways?
Yeah, your
Ooh,
breakaway
do you still
pants.
have those?
Oh,
Yeah,
I have
you
to do
should've
it.
worn
So I have
those.
to do a
Damn it.
performance tomorrow in front of like hundreds and thousands of women at some breast cancer convention thing.
Okay.
And like, so basically it's they do like a bunch of bras, like custom made bras.
Okay.
And then these men, these first responders, real heroes, firefighters, cops and stuff, wear these bras. Why they invited me, I don't know why, but I started this last year with them, and we come out in this super bougie bra, and we do a routine, and then after we do it, women, they have fun, they go crazy, and then they auction off that bra, and all the proceeds go to cancer and recovery.
Nice.
And so I've been stressed the fuck out this week because like I got to go do that shit tomorrow. You know what I mean? And so
tomorrow, bro.
Yeah, tomorrow. And so I got I'm going to do a little mini routine.
Okay.
Just going to try to like get it done and then get the fuck out of there, you know, and I just, oh God, it's cringy just thinking about it.
Are you going to do like the fire routine or are you just going to like,
I'm not going to,
you're going to swing your meat?
I think I'm going to do something really
twerk.
something
the face
basic.
you're making while you're saying swing
well,
your
they
meat.
want it to be kind of wholesome, so I think I'm gonna do like a little Backstreet Boys goes into pony routine.
Nice. Do a
And
little
then
genuine?
and then maybe hand out some flowers. No, I'm gonna do the real pony. I'm gonna do it by far the rock version.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
fuck
All
yeah.
right. Okay.
And then, but dude, like, it's not. If you wish you could feel what it feels like before you have to go on stage in front of people, and your body is being judged. It's a different dynamic, my
Right.
dude. It's not like, oh, hey, here's my product I'm selling. You are the product.
That's you.
Yeah, and it's like they're looking at your meat, they're looking at your butt. How big are his quads? Look at his fucking. What's wrong with his eye?
See that right there.
Yeah.
That right there.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't do it. I got skinny legs, dude.
That's why.
That's not.
I'm a noodle boy.
There's a misconception there. You're not dancing for your gym bros. If you're lean,
Women like it.
And you're
Check your
sexy,
DMs,
have you
bro.
seen Magic Mike? Fucking
No,
Channing-
dude. Of
Channing-
course I haven't seen Magic Mike. Don't
Oh.
ask me like that.
You didn't come prepared. You didn't come prepared.
I didn't do the research, bro.
You gotta bring him back.
I've
We'll do
been to
research.
hard
It's
bodies.
for
I've seen the
science.
real thing, dude. You know, I did the
We're gonna watch
street
Magic
research.
Mike 1 and 2.
Absolutely not, Taylor.
Acid test.
The breakaway pants, dude. That's when you know you've arrived.
That's when you've arrived.
What color were yours?
Is there like a
I had
ceremony for
like
it?
military pants. I had jeans. Because I'd have to do cop routines, construction. My favorite routine was my construction act, and that shit was fun.
Construction guy.
Well, yeah, I'd come
It's
out.
giving Channing
Just nailing the
I had my
ladies.
I had my big hammer, and I was
Which one are we
to
talking?
Thunderstruck by AC/DC.
Oh, nice, dude.
And then I'd pull it and just fucking thunder. Yeah. And then, and then after that, you come out with fire. My hands would be on fire. I'd have my fire staff, and they would just be like, "Oh my god, fucking just take it." You know what I mean? It's just that.
Okay.
that element.
Hang on. So the whole hammer thing, and you were jerking off a hammer. That's what that was. That's what.
Well,
was
you
happening.
do a
Yeah.
lot of sexual,
like innuendos.
yeah.
Yeah. But the fire hands.
Yeah,
dude.
you
Hey,
lost
hang
it.
on.
My hands were on fire.
So you literally lit yourself on fire for these shows?
So I do fire. I do fire shows. Yeah, I manipulate fire. Or I would. Okay, so we had this thing called fire pole. You swing fire. I would do that.
Okay.
And then I would do a staff. Like I'd spin my staff, and then I also had hand torches, and I would play with those. I just love
What?
fire. I love fire. I love fire since I was a kid.
Pyromaniac, dude.
Pyromaniac, for sure.
Have you ever hurt yourself doing that?
Oh yeah. So look at all the tattoos on this hand. How they're melted off.
scars?
Oh,
These
no
used to be
shit.
awesome tattoos that have been melted off
And
over the years.
You just burned your skin off
Completely.
with your
I
fire
used to
play.
walk around with 3rd-degree burns all the time when I was still a rookie at it, and then I just got to a place where I just got okay enough to where I stopped at least burning myself.
Dang, dude, that's wild. Have you ever done like pyrotechnic type stuff like that, Josh, on stage?
I had sparklers once.
Wow, that's pretty cool too. That's dangerous also.
Did you have birthday candles on your cake too?
On my nipples. And I came out.
That's good. That's good. I think we should do a show where we incorporate pyrotechnics, but like really lame pyrotechnics.
So it's more sparkly.
Yeah, like sparklers and candles.
Right.
Maybe the LED kind, honestly. Let's
there we
let's
go.
be real safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a question I wanted to ask the entire time. Don't deep throat the microphone, easy. What is if you had to pick, I know a ton of crazy stuff happened to you in the club while you were a dancer. If you had to pick one instance, like what was the craziest thing that happened to you in the club while you were still working, like when you were at the top of your game?
It happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, so happened to me.
Yeah.
I did this amazing fucking spin pirouette and knocked the chick out.
With your penis?
No.
Was it with your
With
penis?
his hammer.
It was bad, but the reason it was so crazy to me is because like I was surrounded by all this women and money, and I'm just trying to look cool and be a success, and
Yeah.
I do this badass spin with my big ass boots. I wear size 16, so
Oh my God.
I swing this foot around, and this poor girl, she's got like doing this. Her name was Tiffany. She's the sweetest
Oh,
thing in the world,
Tiffany.
and I just fucking boom. boom, KO'd her. She was laid out. Everybody just like, it was like, stop the. It was the whole club was booming and it got quiet, bro. The DJ stopped the music.
No way.
I jump off the stage because I'm feeling like a total douche, and then everybody's gathering around her. Her friends lift her body up. She comes to as soon as she's erect, and then she just starts throwing her money at me. She has no idea she was just knocked out.
That's a real one right
That
there,
was the
dude.
coolest thing.
So I don't know what happened, but here's my money.
Yeah.
Take it,
Oh
baby.
my God.
My face hurts. Have my money.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
She
great.
thought it
gotta
was.
compare
She
feet
thought it
real
was your
quick.
dick. That's why.
She thought it was.
He does have a massive foot.
Okay. Wow, Taylor, can you keep your eyes above the table?
I was
Wow,
looking
dude.
at real
It's like
feet.
my skis.
Not as
Oh my God, dude.
straight to jail.
Okay, so that's the craziest thing that happened to you. What's your craziest, I guess, just overall experience working in the club like that?
Well, a few times we'd have jealous husbands come in at gunpoint, try to shoot us and shit. In fact, we almost got shot. Me and my boy Alejandro. We were all there, but this guy came in wasted and he was waving his big rifle around and trying to kill us, and that was crazy.
What?
I remember looking down off we had an indoor balcony where the GM, our real deal Jimmy Steele, he was our dance manager.
Okay.
Or the owner, sorry, he was club owner. Amazing dude. He would like to watch like the Overlord over.
Right,
he could
yeah.
see the entire everything that's going on. He could
His
see it.
domain, my kingdom,
Well, yeah, I mean, because I was such a big shot.
my kingdom of hot boys.
I would like to go out there and I would like to Overwatch.
Of course.
I was like Game of Thrones, just fucking my kingdom. Fucking peasants.
Winter is coming.
Yeah,
you
winter-
bitches.
No, I would go out there. I'll never forget towards the end when I was like towards my bottom anyway. I remember looking down and one of my boys was I guess he was wasted. The girls had got him all fucked up. He was supposed to be doing a lap dance, but he has this big old broad bent over and he's just getting fucking her in the lap dance booth for Doggy, and she's a big girl.
Like really?
Yeah, he was getting after it, and I'm like, this is in public. Like we're surrounded.
There are people
We're
watching.
all, yeah,
He's
we're
in
all,
his
this
tower.
is a packed club, and I'm looking down at my boy, like insert exit, and I'm just like, bro, what?
What the hell?
That's what I knew. I made it. This is it. No, but stuff like that happened all the time. I'd go to my locker, and one of my boys would be on the other side of the locker, getting down with some chick right there on the stairwell. Like it was everything you could imagine, but worse. Okay.
People don't understand that women are just as animalistic as dudes are.
Bro,
It's crazy.
I would raise that bar.
That more women are more animalistic than guys are.
Well, I mean that would be subjective, right? So I can only tell you from what I've experienced,
Right.
And so I've never been around. Well, I have, but not like to the level of a female dancer. She'd be able to answer accurately. Like,
Yeah.
it's got to be scarier for them.
I have an idea.
Oh, I already have the idea.
It's got to be scarier
Yeah.
because women. If there's a big jack dude that doesn't have good mental health and he's trying to rape a woman, that's got to be terrifying for her. See,
yeah.
a girl's not gonna like rob my dick and take me home and beat me and rape me. 'Cause it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay. However, I did have a girl drug me one time, and that was horrible.
You got roofied?
I got whatever it was.
How
it was
many did she
horrible.
have to use? You were a giant man.
A lot, and then I was dancing at a gay bar trying to
Asking
make
for a friend,
extra
Taylor.
money.
Or if he just has to be around me and I would pass out. And he's like, I need 20.
It sucked, man. I remember my mind was present, but my body I couldn't move it. And she was just going to town, and I
People
was like,
suck, dude.
it sucked, man.
Oh, dude, that
But
happened to me.
but you're not allowed to talk about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
No, of course not.
Crazy.
It broke my fucking heart because I was so angry and I was powerless. So I was like, I remember
Yeah.
seeing it too. Like I'm like conscious for this experience, but I'm not.
That's so
I
scary.
can't. I couldn't move or talk. I just remember like, fuck.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it was horrible.
I feel like the things that you've come through now, where you are now, I'm proud of you, dude, because I've known you for a long time.
Hell
I've
yeah,
known you
King.
for 9 years, right? We've known each other for 9 years.
It's been over a decade now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just so fucking cool seeing where you've arrived. So I'm proud of you, man. This is good shit.
you, I appreciate it.
And
Applause
the idea,
for
yeah,
Shane.
applause break. There you go. Yeah, there's our fake studio applause for Shane, my guy. And the idea, what I want to do at some point is bring you back and get one of my other friends who is a female dancer and just kind of have y'all compare notes. I'm just gonna sit back and listen and
Right on.
I mean,
I'm
probably
taking
come.
Davey's spot.
I'll probably come. You know, that's what's gonna happen.
That's part of the problem, Davey. You're part of the
that-
problem. That's not talent, bro.
Yeah, they're
Come
not
on.
a piece of meat, bro. These
Hey,
are people.
if you're still hanging out in the chat, throw a like on the video if you could. Of course, if you're not following already, go ahead and subscribe. Share the video for us. That'd be super dope. Shane, do you have anything coming up that you want to promote? I know you've got that show tomorrow. Anything else where people can find you or?
I mean,
check you out or whatever?
I'm okay, man. I like
You don't-
being off the
I'm
radar.
going
Stay low
ghost
key.
mode.
Stay low key. All right,
my
that's
time
fair.
will come.
That's it. Hey,
My
that's
time will come.
Me,
that's
on
all
the
there
other
is
hand,
to it.
follow me. No, I'm just kidding.
Follow Taylor Bailey. She
Whoever
could
wants
be
to follow
dancing
Shane,
soon.
follow me.
Josh, what shows do you have coming up, man?
This weekend I'll be in Austin, Texas, November 26th. Monk's Jazz. Also check out comedyfrequency.com and you can submit your sketch to Battle of the Sketches on Film Freeway.
That's right. You're doing Battle of Sketches coming up. $500 cash prize for the winner, right?
Correct.
Y'all jump on it. That's easy money, dude. It's easy money. Just make something funny. You know?
you go.
That's it. I mean, Shane,
We
you
love
could
to
probably do
laugh.
that. You could probably, I mean, you do video editing. You could do a little Battle of the Sketches entry and maybe win $500, dude.
Okay.
Maybe you do a little dance or something. I don't know. Josh would love
We have
to. Josh
requests
would
for
love to
dances.
receive. He would love to receive that that particular submission. I'm sure.
Davey watches all the films, that's why.
No, that's not true. I've never done that. I don't screen submissions at all. I'm gonna be at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club this weekend, all weekend, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday with my guy Francisco Ramos. That's gonna be a fun time. And then November 13th, I'm gonna be at Upstage Comedy Lounge
Yeah, I'll be
with
there too with Edward.
No, you're off the show. Remember, I told you about that.
No,
that
I'm on the
you
show.
got canceled from the show.
Nope, still on the show.
You're not on the flyer. He's not on the flyer. He's not at the show.
Time out. Let's reel it in.
And then I'll be back at the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Club on Wednesday, the night before Thanksgiving. That's November 23rd for Friends with Davey Friendsgiving. And we're going to
Should
have...
Taylor do the intro?
She should
Light up the
not. She
chat,
probably-
bitches.
Pull the chat real quick. No, I'm saying, Shane, go ahead and pull that chat. Drop your poll in the chat, you know? But yeah. So,
Leave your pull out of this.
so
You are a hoot.
come
Real
see
funny
Friends
guy.
with Davey the night before Thanksgiving. Friendsgiving. That's going to be a fun time.
Not friends with Davey without Taylor.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. You know, maybe Taylor will be a surprise guest. We don't know. You were surprised tonight. It's a big
I
surprise for
surprised
everybody.
myself. It's
Hey,
crazy.
every day, I am surprised that we are still friends. Y'all, thanks so much for hanging out. I love you so much. We'll be back next week with another special guest. Shane, thanks so much for being here, dude.
Absolutely,
You're
brother.
amazing.
Thank
You're one of my greatest friends, and
Appreciate.
we'll hang out after
up.
this and get into the real shit. You know what I'm
Mexico.
saying? Yeah, bro. See you next week, y'all. Bye.
Secret Service Team, the Eagle has landed and is making his way down the helicopter stairs.